It's bright out here. All right, guys, we're back over here at PTS Fab. Gonna try one more time, hopefully the last time, on Madhu's car, the 69 Camaro. Got Izzy over here working hard. Yeah, hopefully everything will go smooth this time. If you remember previous videos of this one of the times, we didn't do a whole lot of video of it, but it went kind of poorly because it wasn't the power band we were really looking for in the setup. They redid the setup. It's bigger motor, different turbos, and then we put it on the dyno and the fire happened. So this is the first time back with it since the fire. They made a couple of changes, mainly just to make sure that the fuel rails didn't come off, because that's what ended up happening last time. Fuel rails came off, leaked some fuel everywhere. A backfire from the exhaust actually ignited the puddle that fell down here, so it was bad news. There's still residue from from that happening. So it looks like just the only other changes that they made were to the intake manifold setup. So there's a better rail setup for this intake manifold, so it's going to be not an issue anymore on that. But they had to make a couple of changes, so it took a little while. Had to get everything repowder coated because the fire extinguisher, all the dust that happened from that ended up like melting onto the powder coat, made it all weird. So that's all changed up. I think we're strapped up and ready to go, right?
Oh yeah.
Good to go? As far as we know. So yeah, I think everything's gonna go smooth this time. Car already starts up, you know, runs nice. He drove it around a little bit just to make sure there's nothing crazy going on. Yeah. What's the goal on it?
1,300.
Okay. I thought you were gonna say something crazier than that.
No.
You got a smile in you, so I was like, so that means
not catching on fire real horsepower.
Oh, that is the goal, yeah. That's the overall goal. Power goal, okay, we can shoot for 1,300, but the little smile, I'm assuming, is once we get to 1,300, he'll be like, okay, maybe 2 more pounds. Yeah. Something like that.
Which is usually the case.
Yeah, because, yeah, it should be good. I mean, you know you got enough motor for it. The motor's good for ridiculous amounts of power, so.
Same engine combo that we had in Kevin's Corvette.
Okay, and Kevin's Corvette, even though we couldn't read it, I think we're a little bit over 1,400, I'm assuming.
Yeah, oh yeah, yeah.
So, okay, let's start getting into it. guys, so like you saw, we got a decent amount done on the Camaro. It did pretty well, like the best it's done, obviously, because it didn't try to kill us with fire or something weird happening. So it went pretty good. Made right around like 900 horsepower at about 7.5, 8 psi. The problem that we were running into is the way that the solenoids were set up. It's a dual port or dual solenoid boost control setup, but the problem is the way it's plumbed. It has a full boost reference into the bottom of the gate. So at all times it has full boost going into the bottom, and then we're just regulating what's up at the top of the gate with those solenoids. So the problem with that is it's no different than having a single 3-port solenoid. The problem with that is the most you can go is the same boost to the bottom as you have to the top. So this is not like a CO2 setup where we're able to overpower what's going to the bottom on the top to run more boost. So what you end up with is whatever the gate can do, it'll run like if you just have no lines to the wastegate at all. So whatever your gate spring is, which this one does like 2 psi on wastegate, you'll only be able to pretty much triple that at best. So we got a little bit more out of it. I think the gate spring is like maybe 3.5 pounds is what it does on gate. So full nuts, which with this boost control setup is all of the boost to the bottom, like always, and then all of the boost to the top, and that only does about 9 pounds at best case scenario. In our scenario, it's 7.5 to 8 pounds. So in order to get more boost out of that and still maintain the ability to go really low in boost, this is why we use 4-port solenoids, because what we need to be able to do, and we may be able to do it with this dual solenoid setup, but it has to be plumbed different. We need to be able to regulate how much boost is going to the bottom of the gate as well as to the top. So we don't want to just add to the top and have everything at the bottom also. We want to take away from the bottom and add to the top. That's the only way that we're going to be able to get max boost out of this setup and be able to get minimum boost out of it. So that's why we like the 4-port solenoid, because what that ends up doing is as you go at 0% duty cycle, it's putting everything to the bottom of the gate, nothing to the top. At 100% duty cycle, it's putting everything to the top of the gate and nothing to the bottom. So that's the way that we're able to get, as long as exhaust pressure isn't an issue, we're able to go all the way down to a really low boost level and all the way up to max out what the turbo setup can do, assuming exhaust pressure isn't an issue. So that's what we're going to change it to. The owner Madhu went all the way over to Summit to go grab a 4-port solenoid, so they're going to swap out some fittings and see if they can get it going again. Not sure if we'll be able to complete it in this video, but we'll definitely get some video of it doing the full glory pulls. I think we're trying to shoot for around 1,300 horsepower or something like that. Should be able to make it no problem. Probably on like 16, 17 pounds of boost. It's a pretty impressive setup so far. So I'll keep you guys up to date on that one. The one that we are doing now is this gorgeous 240. Dude's been around for a really long time. This car used to be a nitrous car, and yeah, now he's gone with I think he said it's a 430 something and twin 62s. So honestly, it's a lot of motor for little turbos. This thing should light up like it's, I mean, as soon as I touch the throttle, it's going to try to make boost, I'm pretty sure. So 4L80 setup, so we're going to be doing some transmission tuning. We may not be able to get all the way through this either. We're running out of time because we got to go to the streetcar takeover meet, and I'm going to get done as much as I can on this. Let's see if we can make some power, but we'll have to wrap it up because we're cleaning out the fuel system in Liam and then driving it over to the streetcar takeover meet, and then we'll be racing that tomorrow. Those will be the videos coming up. So we'll get started on this and see how it goes.